Welcome to the Festival of Media Global in Rome, and as you might be able to hear from the clink of cutlery, this is lunchtime in the first day, and I've dragged one of our poor speakers away from potentially getting some much-needed nutrition halfway through.
I eat every day, so it's fine, really. I'll take a break.
But you were on stage earlier talking about programmatic and the pace of change in the industry, which is at times frightening, I guess, for brands and for advertisers.
It can't be.
Yeah.
It can't be. We've got to push the rate of change right now. And I think, if you look back in time, really even over the last several years, any brand that thought, that change that's coming, I'm going to hold back on that a little bit, they always lost.
Yeah.
Or they always had to play catch up. So why not change the culture of the advertising industry to being change hungry?
Yeah.
Let's chase it and let's create it. I think it's very easy in a big industry to think that the industry is bigger than I am, but you and I are the industry. This is our legacy to create. And I think the best thing we can do, and the only reason to get together, right, at something like this, the Festival of Media, here you have some of the biggest thinkers on earth in the advertising industry. I mean, that's why people have flown in from all over the world, is to mix it up with each other, to talk about the issues that are facing us. But now it's on us to actually create that change. If not, then it's not worth traveling all this way.
Yeah, I do see that appetite for change is filtering through, and that fear factor is diminishing at all.
I think that the smart brands are chasing it. I think you've got to embrace that fear. You've got to let it fuel you. And rather than trying to figure out how you can ignore it, you have to figure out how it is that you can best use that change to empower your business. And the most important thing is to understand what your own North Star is for your business, right? Is to understand where you want to be, and then understand how you'll employ those new technologies, right? So we have a technology called Velocity, right, that actually forecasts virality. We're able to see within a few seconds after something's published how many shares it will have and in what timeline. That's very unusual, right? And so we have a data science team. We have 8 former CTOs who work in the data team at Mashable. So we're not just a media company, right? We're the next generation. We're a hybrid media tech company. We're creating the change. We're crafting the future of both the media business and the advertising business. And some great agencies that are represented here today are doing it with us.
Yeah, well, I was about to say, do some of those agencies not feel a little bit threatened when they hear you saying some of those things, about the ways that you're helping clients in new ways?
No, because we're not interested in replacing agencies at all. We're interested in being a toolkit for agencies. So what I want to make sure is that when an agency, particularly some of the big powerful ones that are represented here today, and the biggest and most important in the world are all here, that they know if they want a team, if they want someone who will work with them to push the envelope, to create something that's new and next for a brand, that Mashable is that brand. That we're not just here in a cosmetic way, we are truly crafting the future. And to me, if I was an agency and I'm going out and I'm pitching business or I'm talking to brands and retaining business, I want them to know that I'm working with the bleeding edge of the business. And that's what we are.
Yeah. It strikes me that perhaps the trickiest thing for advertisers right now is thinking clearly in an incredibly complex and noisy environment. How are you sort of trying to help brands to do that?
Right. If there's a single thing this industry needs right now, it's clarity. Right. There are so many pieces of ad tech. There are so many different media properties. There are so many different agencies and pieces of data to work with. And so it's important that we be experts and that we constantly chase learning. We constantly want to learn more. And that's one of the things that's great about this industry is there's always something new to learn. And I like to say the smartest thing I do is admit what I'm stupid about. Right? I always want to learn, and I never fake knowing something. And it's part of the culture that I've created at Mashable on our business side, and I think has really led to a lot of our success, is there is no embarrassment in admitting that you don't know something. I want people to be hungry to know. I want them to go out and learn. There's never enough time to go out and read up and understand and talk to people, and it's why it's important to come together, is to make sure you're understanding everything that's happening, because then once you have that, that's the clay, and then you've got to sculpt it, and you sculpt the future.
Fantastic. Well, really appreciate your time today.
Thank you so much.
I hope you enjoy the rest of the festival. Any highlights that you're looking forward to coming up?
Oh gosh, I cannot wait to see some of the main panels in the main showroom. To me, I've really been excited just to see even some of the startups that are here, and I think that's the perfect representation. This is an industry that wants to know what's new, what's next, and so I'm very excited to be here.
I hope you have a great time. Thank you very much. Cheers.
Thank you.